Water shortage is not an issue in our region. However, there still is work being done to prevent it even in the future. WONDER is a water-related research center located in the campus of Satakunta University of Applied Sciences in Rauma. It does research on water-related topics, indoor hygiene, and materials in contact with water. WONDER also takes part in many different kinds of international projects. Sustainability and environmental responsibility have an important role in the research. WONDER publishes scientific articles and other publications related to their projects. We also visited WONDER a while ago. There we first had a short lecture about what WONDER is. Then we got to do 3 small tasks in groups. First we examined the chlorine concentration of tap water and then compared it to pool water and distilled water. The second task was to extract DNA from a piece of banana. Thirdly, we took bacteria samples from objects we chose, such as the screen of a phone and door handles. One of the recent studies WONDER has been a part of is about groundwater usage. They made a development plan which had a goal of securing the need of water both in quality and quantity now and in the future, adding the usage of good quality water, and making use of the great supplies of groundwater in the area.
Future problems: lack of water, economical point of view. Pure water is an important part of maintaining hygiene. Because of bad hygiene, diseases are more easily spread and it's dirty. As a practical example, you can take a shower normally every day, and hand washing is not wanted to waste money. Literally everything becomes more expensive. There's only little bit clean water left, so it's very expensive. We are so used to using water like it lasts forever. Water is needed for everyday use. That's why it will take a lot of money in the households. All food ingredients that require water is much more expensive if once there's less clean water. Or the production of those products should be less. If economic income stays the same and the price of water goes higher, then money is gonna be a problem in many households. Forest industry is producing a fifth of export earnings, so it's really important that we save water in forest industry as much as possible, so it would be much more harder. Forest industry means taking care of the forest, growing trees and selling them. A full-grown tree needs thousands liters of water every day to be healthy.
Welcome to the German part of the water shortage video. This sequence is made by Konrad Jansen and Christina Schmidt. We will start with the reasons for recent developments regarding water shortage. Then we will go on with the problems and finish off with the solutions. The recent developments can mainly be redirected to climate change, but also to a shift in the industrial complex to batteries and electric technology, as well as steel production, both needing high water resources. Furthermore, a descending groundwater level can be found in multiple areas, mostly through uncontrolled agricultural usage and the destruction of natural areas for the purpose of civilization. In order to understand the German situation, one has to know that the problems are relatively new for the German situation, but exceptional weather events have increased over the past years, leading to a decreased availability of water in recent years. The German industrial complex and agriculture are both dependent on the water supply and are threatened by the decreasing water availability seen in the recent years. Warmer summers have led to an increased personal demand for water, resulting in an argument between the people and the industry about the division of water.
Now moving on to the solution strategies outlined by the Federal Environment Ministry of Germany. The general goals are to ensure the availability of absolute access to high quality and affordable drinking water, purer groundwaters, lakes, creeks and rivers, the prevention of excessive use of resources, the continuously functioning sewage disposal with fair distribution of expenses, and lastly, the water industrial adaptations to the results of climate change and modifications in demography. The first main emphasis is put on the prevention of water shortage via avoidance of water-related conflicts. This goal can be reached by developing sustenance concepts based on the water supply and demand, adaptation of water usage to its availability by establishing water tariffs fitted to the regional water demand. Additionally, guiding principles need to be developed to protect the water land utilization and sustainable use by reshaping irrigation and drainage in agricultural territories and adopting measures to prevent erosion caused by heavy precipitation and floods. Furthermore, policies for dealing with water wars during persistent droughts need to be established. For example, water utilization hierarchies can ensure the provision of the lowest limit of regional water supply, and precaution measures can protect the long-term water supply in crisis management. Continuing with the second main emphasis, to adjust the water infrastructure to progressing global warming. Rules contributing to the preservation of the natural water balance need to be established, and principles to assist in arranging climate-friendly solutions need to be developed. The third emphasis is about cleaner and healthier waters. The national knowledge about water pollution needs to be expanded, and information regarding risks, options to reduce contamination, and suggestions of measures to take can be provided by the Federal Environment Agency. Additionally, a national database to monitor substances and pollution of water bodies is demanded. Lastly, EU-wide regulations to shift accountability towards pollution-causing manufacturers are needed.
Water scarcity is defined as a water deficiency or a lack of safe water supplies. Inhabited Greek islands face particular water problems. Small catchment areas, low rainfall and geology make it impossible for some to store sufficient water, causing severe shortages during the summer when demand peaks with increased irrigation and an influx of tourists that can swell the population tenfold.
Climate change is set to make a backseat duration worse. By 2050, Greece could be 3.6 Fahrenheit, 2 degrees Celsius warmer, with 18% less rainfall. Droughts could become more frequent and intense, while groundwater rechange, on which much of Greece depends, could continue to fall. Greece draws more than 40% of its usable water from groundwater aquifers, often more on the islands. But in many places, such as the island of Crete and Corinth City, groundwater is being extracted faster than it can be naturally rechanged. Not only does it steadily drain the aquifer, but it also allows salt water to seep in and contaminate the water supply. But not just the islands are facing a challenging water future. Mainland Greece had significant problems too. Athens is one of the cities that climate change could be severely impacted with 30 years, and it's already experiencing some degree of water shortage.
Water demand in the Greater Athens region is growing at an excessive and unsustainable rate, around 6% a year. This is driven by a growing urban population and an expansion beyond apartment blocks to suburban homes with thirsty gardens. Unless Greece takes urgent measures to curb water consumption and increase water efficiency, in a few years supply will simply not meet demand. Greece is currently ranked 26th for water strength in the world, and its climate change predictions are bleak. Around 30% of Greece could become desert over the next few decades. While there are solutions that could help mitigate the worst future water shortages, it is a challenge that everyone in Greece is going to have to help overcome.
In order to avoid water scarcity, our efforts should include drilling, developing, and repaying wells and other vital water points, teaching local community members how to keep water flowing, overseeing the building of latrines and hand washing facilities, and promoting healthy hygiene practices through education and behavior change programming.
The last 2 to 3 years have been a wake-up call for the country. The summer droughts occurring in many regions have confirmed scientists' theories. There is high risk of water shortage. Last summer's drought and lack of rain have the water resources in all of Sicily worse. Lack of purifiers, inefficiency of sewage systems, challenges in sludge disposal, and inadequacy of dams are the most frequent problems across southern regions. According to ISTAT, the public municipal sewage service is completely absent in 40 southern municipalities. The government has demonstrated its commitment by reactivating construction sites and resources that will be included in the National Plan of Resilience and Resistance. In Sicily, 50% of water is lost from the water networks. In Sardinia, the record is 51%, and in the central Italian Apennines and southern Apennines, the average is 48%. The climate change is predicted to bring more frequent and extreme weather conditions. The spring and summer of 2017 were the driest for 60 years. For many Italians, it's highlighted the fragility of the nation's water supply and raised the question, how can Italy do better? Alongside optimizing infrastructure, Italy could make more of its water usable. Irrigation is essential for Italy, and shifting from the ancient and inefficient practice of flooding fields to more sustainable micro-irrigation system would reduce wastage. Domestic use is one area where everyone can help solve the water problem. Italians use around 10 times more water than is required to meet basic human needs. Showers are one of the biggest consumers of household water, typically using over 20 liters per minute. Home is where most people can help Italy water wastage problem. Fixing leaky domestic taps can save over 20,000 liters a year. Even so, washing the dishes in a sink can use 122 liters of water, while a dishwasher has an average usage of 12 liters per load, thanks to its ability to filter and recycle the water, which also removes the need to pour rinse under the tap.